Hello again, dear listeners. I'm Chaterine Whitmore, and welcome back to Real English Stories, a place where we grow not only in language, but in heart. Today's story is about love, betrayal, strength, and what it means to forgive. As you listen, you'll learn natural English, emotional vocabulary, and most importantly, you'll see how language can help us make sense of the most difficult moments in life. So, make a warm cup of tea and listen closely. This is the story of Eleanor and a choice that changed everything. My name is Eleanor. I am 34 years old. I live in a small coastal town in Devon, England, with my daughter Sophie, who is 6. For over 11 years, I was married to a man named Thomas. He was charming, intelligent, and for a very long time I believed he was loyal. I loved him deeply. I trusted him completely. But one rainy Friday evening, everything shifted. Thomas had been invited to a reunion, an old friend's birthday party. I wasn't feeling well, so I stayed at home, tucked under a blanket, with a cup of chamomile tea. He kissed my cheek and said, "I'll be back late, Ellie. Don't wait up." I smiled and told him to enjoy himself. What he didn't tell me was that his ex-girlfriend Isabel would be there too. The next morning, I noticed something was off. Thomas sat in the kitchen, staring into his coffee like it held a secret. I asked him, "Is everything all right?" He paused. Then he said the words that tore something in me. "Eleanor, I kissed Isabel last night." I blinked. The room felt suddenly cold. He continued, "I was drunk." She leaned in. I didn't stop her. It just happened. I looked at him, shocked. "What do you mean it just happened?" He lowered his eyes. "It was one mistake, one kiss. Please, forgive me." My heart thudded painfully in my chest. I stood up, trembling. I cried. I shouted. I told him to leave. I packed a bag for him and opened the front door. "Get out." This house belonged to me before we married, so legally I had the right. But it wasn't about that. It was about dignity and trust. Sophie was away with my sister that weekend. I thanked heaven she didn't witness our pain. After he left, the calls began, the texts, the apologies. "I love you. Please give me another chance." Then his mother rang. "Eleanor," she said, "men make mistakes. My husband had an affair, but I forgave him. Think about Sophie," I said quietly. "Sophie will still see her father, but I can't be his wife." Some people told me I was overreacting. Others said I should forgive. But I knew in my bones I could not lie beside a man who had kissed another woman. That kiss broke something sacred, and though I still loved him, I knew love was not enough. Trust is more important, and once it's broken, it's not easily repaired. Life moved on. I lived alone with Sophie. We found a new rhythm. Mornings were quieter, evenings peaceful. I wasn't joyful, but I was calm, and in that calm, I healed. Thomas kept coming. He stood at the doorstep with flowers, with tears. "Please, Ellie, I was drunk. It meant nothing. I love you and Sophie." But I told him the truth. "You had a choice, Thomas. You kissed her back. That's all I need to know." Weeks passed. One afternoon, I watched Thomas greet Sophie at school. She ran to him. She laughed. He handed her a book about space, her favorite. He was a good father. I never denied that. But being a good father doesn't make someone a good husband. He saw me watching. He walked over. "I'll wait," he said. "No pressure. I just want to show you I've changed." I said nothing. Then came the message. A long one. He wrote, "I can't sleep. I can't eat. I stopped drinking. I'm in therapy now. I love you. I miss our life. Please let me try." That night, I sat beside Sophie's bed. I watched her sleep, soft curls on her pillow, and I asked myself, what kind of woman do I want my daughter to become? A woman who accepts lies, or a woman who knows her worth? I chose the second. 1 year passed. Thomas never gave up, but he never pressured me again. He came every weekend. He helped with school projects. He mowed the lawn. He was respectful, quiet, present. Then one sunny afternoon, while Sophie played in the garden, he turned to me. "Eleanor, may I speak?" I nodded. "I miss being your husband. I know I failed you, but I've grown. I'm not asking for the past. I'm asking for a new start." I looked at him. He looked tired, but honest, and I saw it. He truly had changed. I said, "I still remember everything. The pain, the betrayal, but I also see the man in front of me now." His eyes searched mine. "I forgive you," I said, "and I want us to try again." Tears welled in his eyes. He reached for my hand gently. Sophie ran up and squealed, "Are you and Daddy friends again?" I smiled and said, "We're more than friends, darling. We're a family again. Not perfect, but real. Built not on illusions, but on truth, growth, and second chances." Thank you for listening, dear learner. I hope this story touched your heart and helped you learn something new, not just in English, but in life. Through Eleanor's strength, we learn vocabulary of love, loss, and redemption. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Real English Stories with Chaterine Whitmore. Until next time, remember, you are worthy, you are strong, and your voice matters. Take care and see you soon.